It's gospel hour with It's gospel hour with It's gospel hour with Hey, and welcome back to Kayla J's Gospel Hour right here on your favorite Black progressive talk media. I said that wrong. On your progressive Black talk media station, WURD 96.1 FM, 900 AM. I am so happy to have this next guest on with me. I had her on before for Faith Stories, and she inspired so many people. Her story reaches across continents. I'm telling you, it reaches across continents and inspire people to shine. So I am so excited to welcome back to the show none other than Robin Shine Maddox. She's here to talk about her upcoming conference called She Still Shines. Hey, Miss Robin, welcome to the show.
Hey, I shine, you shine, we shine, she shines. Woo! Hey, Kayla J, how are ya?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Listen, I am so excited. I'm good. I'm pumped up. I'm refueled. I'm refreshed. I'm like, hey, let's get this party started here, right? Let's continue to let the sunshine shine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Thank you for having me on again. Listen, I'm starting to feel special here, right? Like, woo! Yeah, I'm in with Kayla J on the WURD 96.1 FM. AM, FM. AM and FM.
AM and FM, that's right.
That's right. Listen, I'm excited. Thank you for having me to be here on your show to talk about the She Shines Conference. Wow! I am so excited about the She Shines Conference. She Shines Conference is our conference that falls under our nonprofit organization called Celebrating Sisterhood. And so it's all about empowering, inspiring, and offering hope to women, regardless of where you live, your occupation, your economic status, whether you are small frame or like me, curvy and beautiful. Right. It's for women to inspire and to empower women to fulfill their God-given purpose in life, right? God is reflected because he is the creator, and I want to say that he's the creator of this earth. And so he is reflected in every space and every sphere. He has his people all over this globe, right? All over this world to do what? Just to shine. Well, to do more than that, but, to shine bright, right? And to, bring happiness and inspiration to people's lives. And so we're just one of many of a nonprofit organization. And one of the things we do is host a conference, She Shines, where a collective body of women can come together and have a day of fun-filled, not only activities, but also workshops, discussions, right? That speaks to us. So our She Shines conference, we focus on 3 areas. That's civic engagement. Those who are watching, those who know me say, okay, that's right up Robin's alley, right? She's always out there engaged, right? So civic engagement, health and wellness, that speaks to, for me personally, because as a breast cancer survivor, right? And it's important that we need to take care of our health. And the third thing is empowerment, to empower women to go out there to be what they were created and destined to be. Right. And that also under health and wellness, self-care is also included underneath of that. So it's really our 3 focus, right? Civic engagement, health and wellness, and empowerment, empowering our women to be the woman that God has created and destined her to be. So that's really what it's all about. This is our 2nd year, and how interesting this is, our 2nd annual rather. Right before the election in 2019, during 2019, right before the election 2020, For us, for me, us, the team, at the very last minute, saying, not the last minute, but let's do this conference. God put it on my heart to let's do a conference to inspire and to empower women, right? And we were focusing on, most of our focus was towards the upcoming, then the 2020 elections, right? And that as women of faith, and even if you don't ascribe to any faith, that it is our God-given right and duty, right, to go out to vote. We can't tell you who to vote for, but we will encourage you to exercise your right and to register people to vote, right? That's so important. So I brought in some folks from the DC area, Atlanta, Georgia, of course, here in Philadelphia, who are very knowledgeable. That's what they do, right? In terms of civic engagement. And it was just about connecting those individuals with my friends and others who I did not know, but came to the conference so we can engage and have these healthy conversations, but truthful, factual conversations, right? And so that we will be aware of, we will be cognizant of our rights, even though then we were up against, and still today, up against a lot of opposition. We wanted to empower and to encourage women to go out there. And also during 2019, we had a health and wellness track as well. Well, this year, I'm so excited. I'm telling you, I must be doing something right? Because God said, okay, do it again. So here we at it. Here we are doing it again. And so this year, November the 6th, at the New Covenant Church of Philadelphia, same location, we will be hosting our second annual She Shines conference. And boy, oh boy, Kayla, we have some a lot of things that are exciting for those who will be attending. Our workshops, I'm so excited about the panelists who agreed to come to impart information. We have what we call, now everything is she. So the workshops, titles, the themes start with she. All right, she shines. So we have a workshop called She Heals. Called on some medical doctors and therapists to come and sit and chat with us and talk about our health and the importance of taking care of our health. So, that's so important, because if we're not healthy, we really can't do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not effective in the places and spaces in our workplaces, being a mom, being a sister, being an employee. If we don't take care of our health, we're no good to the people that we're serving, who we love as well. In addition to that, we have another panel, and it's called She Advocates. I just spoke not too long ago about getting civically engaged. So we have some folks, some heavy hitters from the DC area and here locally, talking about that the work continues, right? After the elections, the work continues. We had to deal with, seeing someone murdered, right? And hear about many others who were murdered: George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Jacobs, his first name escapes me at this time, but and being shot for what, right? And so we have to continue to be the voice, but not only be the voice, but to behind the voice take action and say, no, not on our watch. So we have to speak to and be in front of our elected officials who are sitting in their houses, whether on the Democratic side or the Republican side, right? Sitting in their capitals and drafting bills and passing laws, right? But we're not included. Not only are we not included, but it's harmful to us. So we have to be that voice, right? So I don't know everything, but I know folks who do know, who are making a difference and need to, if you will, to add more to this army for social justice. So I called them up. I said, listen, you guys got to come. Listen, Y'all got to come, right? Because I want y'all to see what's going on here in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, tri-state area, right? But also, I want the folks here in the Philadelphia tri-state area, surrounding states, to know the work that you guys are doing and what the needs are, right? And to share that information, to go back to your respective homes, your communities, and share what you have learned, what you've heard at this conference. Now, some may say, oh, that sounds so boring. No, it's not. It is not boring at all, right? Knowledge is powerful. But what is the use of having all this knowledge if we don't do anything with it, right? So we have to take our knowledge and implement it in our communities, in our schools, in our workplace. We got to get out there. Then we have so many workshops. Oh, Kayla. All of us has experienced this pandemic. Now, I don't know about you, right? But I just want to be transparent. It wore me out. And just the emotional stress, right? Like, good God, from Zion, like, is this rain cloud going to pass over, And we have been so overly saturated with just depressing news and events. And the adjustments, right? Nothing is normal anymore. And so, listen, I called in some of my, the big guns therapists, and I said, listen, we're going to have this workshop, and it's called She's Worn Out. She's stressed out. Give us some help. Give us some tips. Talk to us. How do we sort through this? Now, I'm an empty nester, but I can't imagine those parents, and especially moms, not taking away from the dads, who have not only 1, 2, 3, 4 or more children, and you're trying to manage and coordinate, their education, right, online, while cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and doing laundry. Then you got to be online, right? Zoom, everybody zoomed out for work, right? Like, how do you manage all of this, right? And you're one person. Our poor minds are like trying to recalibrate, right? And so I said, no, we're going to bring in some top people, some professionals that can speak to us to help us, deal with the stress. Because that's real, right? The stress, the depression, right? The anxiety, right? And so I thought, okay, I got to make some phone calls here because we're definitely going to have this workshop. And so I'm excited about that. And then, of course, dealing still while the pandemic is going on, right? And the craziness, whether you get vaccinated or you don't get vaccinated, and then you got to deal with all other just your basic daily lives, things that that's basic to us, right? That we have to deal with. And in the workplace, you'll be seeing more and more, and I'm really excited about this, women who are, as they say, climbing the ladder or at the top of the ladder, right? And running and operating their own businesses as entrepreneurs, serving on various boards and committees, right? And being leaders in their own rights, right? And in the corporate world. And so we decided we're going to do a workshop on She's the Boss. And we're going to hear from women who are who serve in the capacity of leadership, decision-making, power. They sit in the seat of, if you will, power, right? And running corporations and managing, companies. And so we want to hear from them, their experience, what it was like, what they continue to go through, especially being a woman of color.
Yeah.
Right. In a male-dominant world. So those are just some of the highlights of what we're offering at this conference. But I have to say, this is not just for, the seasoned women my age, right? We're targeting, and we would we welcome our young millennials, our young adults to be a part of this. Why? Because as you know, we often hear it takes a village, right? And rather than be a conference that continues to no, we want to be the conference that bridged the gap, right? That, cross-generational, right? That's what one of the things we want to be known for, how our seasoned women and our young adult women, right, can be in the same space, be in the same place, and to get to know one another, network with one another, hear each other out, right, without being dismissive, right, and disrespectful, right? But how we can glean from one another, pour into one another. Because let me tell you, Kayla, I'm quite sure a lot of people don't know this, but there are our mothers, our grandmothers, right? They grew up in different times than our young people are growing up in now, right? And so a lot has changed, right? And when I was growing up, right, and I'm still young, well, seasonally young, right? We had a landline, a telephone, right? That's ring, ring, right? Nowadays, if you put one of those things on your kitchen table or your dining room table in your home and let a millennial come in, like, what is this?
Not all millennials. I have a landline.
But my point is, we're all nowadays. What are we using, right? Cell phones, right? And so again, it's a means in a form of communication, right? And so how do we have this communication, right? Respectfully. I'm telling you, there are some women, some seasoned women, that take grave offense to young people, their granddaughters, their daughters, right? Their nieces and nephews, right? To text them to say, "Hi, Grandma." Grandma doesn't want a text. More than likely, Grandma wants to hear your voice. Grandma wants to see you, right? The touch, the feel, right? And for those who ascribe to, because it's fast and easy, right? Rather than get upset, rather than be dismissive of one another, I say, let's have these conversations, right? And see how we can work through them, right? So that one generation is not upset at the other generation, right? But how we can still communicate effectively, whether it's a cell phone or whether it's, just dropping by. So I say all that to say is we have we're having a workshop centered around women, right? And how do we love on one another, right? Agree to disagree, right? Especially and how to navigate through adversity, especially in this cancel culture that we live in. We don't want to cancel each other out. Why should we cancel each other out, right? So it takes some understanding and some time from both generations, if you will, to communicate and to speak to each other and to understand each other's, if you will, I'm going to say this, their love language, right? Make sense? Yeah. So in addition to the workshop discussions that will take place, we have planned for those who attend. This is really great. We have, for those who plan to attend, we have a vending area, we have a book signing area. Listen, and we have an area that we are calling "She's Fine, She's Stylish, She's Fabulous." Ooh. And so I called in again some friends to say, "Hey, you're a stylist and you style very well. You have a boutique, right? And very much in demand." I did the same thing with makeup artists and even cosmetologists and beauticians. So they're going to be there, providing tips, right? Doing some eyelashes and eyebrows, if you will. Also, we're going to have masseuses there, chair massages, the whole 9 yards. So I know what your audience is thinking. But wait a minute, we're in this pandemic. Now we're trying to get everyone to be vaccinated, this whole social distancing guidelines. Is this going to be a place where you want people to come and contract, COVID, get sick? We have it all planned out. because we do have social distancing guidelines, right? First of all, everyone who's participating and planning to attend this conference, they must be fully vaccinated. We are following the CDC guidelines, as well as the state of Pennsylvania Department of Health and the city of Philadelphia Department of Health guidelines. Okay, we're not going to put anyone in jeopardy. That is not our intent. That's not our plan. We will have medical doctors and health professionals on site to do the temperature checks, right? So you must be vaccinated, fully vaccinated, temperature checks, and you must provide proof that you received your vaccination. Why is that? Because it's for your safety. It's for my safety, right? We want everyone to be safe. So we have social distancing guidelines that's available on our website, right? And we've been putting it out on social media as well as we are advertising, as we're promoting this upcoming conference. And so we do, along with that, we have a surprise that I am not going to reveal yet, for those who are attending the conference. And I'm really excited about this surprise. But I will mention it, at a later date, but not too late. But we will mention it at a later date regarding the surprise, because I want everyone to have a great time, to network. Yes, we're going to have a continental breakfast, because you're like, wow, this sounds like a full day. It is a full day. But let me tell you something. We are taking care of you with a full lunch, continental breakfast, and a lot of healthy snacks, right? So we got that covered as well. So we want you all to come out to our She Shines conference Saturday, November the 6th, on the campus of New Covenant Church of Philadelphia, which is located 7500 Germantown Avenue. You can register at www.sheshines.com. And we have updated our Celebrating Sisterhood website. Oh, I'm so excited about that. And you can go to www.celebratingsisterhood.org. And even from that website, you can click a link that will take you to the conference registration page as well. And I will say this, that we are going to, for those who register, their names will be entered into a drawing, because guess what, Kayla? At the same time, the Lord has opened up an opportunity, and I'm part of a group of 21 women who have written stories about their lives, survive as a survivor, not just surviving, but thriving. And the name of the book is Queens Who Defy the Odds. And I am part of this anthology. And so we are definitely, for those who register, will enter to win the book, signed autograph book, along with some other goodies that I'm not going to reveal. But I just want to make mention of that. So there you have it.
Miss Robin, you gave them a whole lot. I ain't even asked her a question, y'all. She just went for the gusto. But
I mean, I'm so sorry. Please.
No, it's fine, because you kind of answered all the questions that was going to be asked. I hope that you all are going to register. Give them that website one more time where they can register, and the date and where the conference is going to be.
Okay. So the conference will be held on the campus of New Covenant Church of Philadelphia, located 7500 Germantown Avenue. You can register for the conference at www.sheshinesconference.com. That's where you can register for the conference. And I will say, Kayla, that our early bird registration will be ending very soon, next week, as a matter of fact, on September 15th. So we just encourage all of you to get in on the early bird registration. And for those of you who would like to bring your best friend, we have a contest. And
You're
it's
giving
called
them
She.
too much. You're giving them too much. We want them
Uh-uh.
to register right now, and then they can follow. They can follow the conference where, and then they can know all that information.
Thank you, Miss Kayla. You see how I just came down off of like I just landed the plane. I'm telling you, I apologize. I'm just been up all night, focusing on getting this conference together because honestly, when we're planning this conference, we're just planning it with you in mind, with women in mind. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's planning a really great conference for women to attend and to enjoy.
That's good. She didn't say where you could follow them at, but I know you can follow them at Celebrating Sisterhood on Facebook and Instagram, or you can simply go to the She Shines Facebook page where she has been doing live updates every week. So you can go check that out. That's what I was trying to set up to do.
You know what? You know what? Thank you. Woo! I just thank God for you. And yes, you, like Kayla said, you can follow us on social media, on Facebook, Celebrating Sisterhood, as well as She Shines Conference. We have several web pages, Facebook pages, but those two are the main Facebook pages that you can follow us on. And of course, we're on Instagram at Celebrating Sister. Likewise on Twitter, Celebrating Sister as well. And She Shines Conf, CONF, on Instagram as well as Twitter and Instagram as well. So listen, thank you for your patience with me as I just kept rambling on. I got so excited in my head. I was like, okay, don't forget to say this. Don't forget to say that. Put a plug in here. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay. So here I am,
But
just a girl.
that goes to your excitement and to the passion that she has
Thank you.
put into this conference. Ms. Robin Shine Maddox, I appreciate you. I gotta go. Our time is literally up. Our time is literally up, but I
My
gotta
fault.
go. But no problem. Because I know that the people got what they needed. I certainly do want to thank you for joining me today for Kayla J's Gospel Hour, and I know we'll have you back again before the conferences come in November. So again, I just certainly want to thank you.
Thank you for having me again. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you much. Love you much.
Love you too. Again, that was Robin Shine Maddox. She has a conference coming up called She Still Shines. You can go to She Shines Conference and register. Follow them on social media at Celebrating Sisterhood and the She Shine Conference. But it's time to get right back to the music right here on Kayla J's Gospel Hour. You're listening to WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.